Hello everyone, my name is Madison Hanson, and this is my Songshare project presentation. I will be talking about the song Viva la Vida by Coldplay. Within this presentation, I will give an introduction to the song as well as my reasoning for choosing it. I will discuss the lyrics and their meaning, important rhythmic and harmonic motifs that are distinct to the song, its form, and conclude with its significance in society and also for songwriting. Viva la Vida was released in 2008 when I was a teenager. I was interested in this song not just because of its catchiness, but because of the instrumentation. As a classical violinist, I don't often hear orchestral instrumentation in music heard on the radio. This was very exciting for me as a young musician and made me want to continue learning my instrument, knowing I could play modern music. When first analyzing the lyrics, we must look at the rhyme scheme. It has a standard rhyme scheme pattern at the end of each phrase, in the sense that at the end of each phrase rhymes. Examples of traditional rhymes in this song are sing, king, wait, plate, shield, and field. Within this song, there is also the use of half rhymes, words that sound similar but don't fit into the traditional rhyme mold. An example of this is word and world, which occurs often in the song. Next, the song's meaning. The phrase Viva la Vida, translated from Spanish, means long live life, which may be an interesting commentary considering the meanings I gathered. After listening to this song, I gathered two main ideas. The first is the story of a king. The song is told in the first-person narrative and evokes images and ideals of powerful leaders throughout history. There are references to biblical leaders such as Jesus Christ and John the Baptist, but also Roman and Grecian emperors and European monarchs throughout history. A belief challenged in this song is the idea of deifying leaders. Each verse tells a story of the rise and fall of a powerful leader and portrays them as a mortal person rather than an extension of God. The second theme of the song is the phrase, history is written by victors. Lyrics that support this idea are, for some reason I can't explain, once you go, there was never an honest word. This could be understood to mean that truth is subjective and can be changed to fit a person or a movement. I found this to be a very interesting commentary for a song of this time period. Next, we will talk about some of the motifs, the main melodic ideas, and rhythmic hooks of the song. This song would be considered orchestral or Baroque pop because of its interesting instrumentation. It uses the violin, the viola, and the cello very strongly in this song, as well as obviously other instruments that would be very typical for a rock band of this time period. Digital keyboard, snare drum, electric guitar, and vocals. But another interesting element of instrumentation is the use of timpani and also chimes. The chimes in this song are meant to be symbolic of church bells, bringing us back to that religious imagery talked about before. With the harmonic outline of this song, it's simplistic, but still creates tension. So the main notes outlined, main chords outlined, are a D flat, E flat, A flat, and F. You can hear this looped throughout the entire song. I consider this song to be more in an F minor mode, and I consider the chord progression to be a major 6 to a major 7/7 sus4, then going to a major 3, and then finally to a minor 1. Something very unique and distinctive to this song is the rhythmic pulse. Because of its syncopated rhythm with quarter notes and eighth note ties, it creates the strong sense of pulse while still being syncopated. The voices that are syncopated in this song are the string section, the digital keyboard, guitar, and the vocal line. The only instrument that keeps the steady pulse throughout is the percussion section. So the drums, the timpani, and the chimes will keep a very steady pulse for the other voices to layer on top of. Next, to talk about the form. The form of this song is pretty standard for a popular song of this time period. There is an intro of about 8 measures that introduces us to those syncopated rhythms and that chord progression talked about before, and that will be looped throughout the song. This would be considered a verse form or strophic, the A section being obviously the verses and still continuing that D flat, E flat, A flat, F pattern. The B section is the chorus of the song, and you can always tell the beginning of the chorus because of the chimes that symbolize the church bells. They will be very prominent in the beginning of that section. Something interesting about this is I considered there a C section. It could be also argued that it's a coda, but because of its independence to the other sections and its length, I felt that it signified its own section. So the form of this would be an A, B, B, C, B pattern. Next to its significance, its popularity, and also its songwriting application. So when this song was released in 2008, it was #1 on the UK singles chart and on the Billboard Hot Top 100. Coldplay won a Grammy for this song in 2009, and this was their first ever hit single, and some consider it to be transporting the band to a different level of popularity. But specifically as an aspiring songwriter from this class, lessons and elements that I can glean from this song are their use of simple chord progression, but still creating interesting tension. Though the song is just a repeat of 4 chords over and over, it still creates good tension and it lands well in the listener's ear. They use repetition very well. They introduce a new phrase or a new idea and repeat it often, but still bring in novel elements to keep the listener interested. An aspect that they use very well is their use of syncopation to really emphasize the beat. And something very interesting about this song that I'm excited to implement is their use of interesting instrumentation. I feel that there can be greater use of different instruments in a popular band setting rather than just the guitar, drums, vocal, and bass. Thank you so much for your time. I hope you enjoyed.